Hey everyone, my name is Tara Ramos and I am the owner of the Mindful Eating Method. I help women who are 40 and older transition through perimenopause while managing their weight and their health. I think one of the biggest things that I do with these women is try to debunk a lot of the myths that they have learned along the way. I feel like, unfortunately, for those of us who were born in the 80s and maybe even late 70s, we were really around that diet culture growing up. So it was fat-free this and carb-free that and low calorie and just all of these crazy diet tactics that really weren't very healthy. A big part of what I love to do is help women realize that they don't have to go to extremes to be able to lose weight and maintain their weight. I still get a lot of questions about, should I be fasting? Should I skip breakfast? Should I eat just chicken and rice? And the whole list goes on. So I figured today we could talk about some of the most common myths that are out there that some people still think that they need to follow today. This first one gets me all the time because I forgot to mention I've been in this industry for a really long time, but I haven't always been, in the best shape. And the reason why is because I got stuck in doing some of these wild tactics when I was younger. And so I've had kind of an up and down, journey. I was really fit as a teenager. I got into lifting weights when I was really young, thanks to my parents. But then I kind of got obsessed and thought that I needed to eat a very little amount, right? So I was always trying to eat super little. Then I started to develop an eating disorder. And then it was like, I just tried all different things, living off protein shakes, living off protein bars, tried cutting carbs. Like I tried all the tricks. And it wasn't until I fueled my body properly, ate a balanced diet, stopped restricting myself, that I looked and felt my best. So myth number one, you have to skip meals to lose weight. Okay, if you are a mom and you're in your 40s and you're trying to skip meals, tell me how you feel after dinner, or maybe even while you're cooking dinner. You're probably a little bit more snacky. You're probably having cravings, depending on if you're somebody who loves sugar or maybe some carby, cracker type snacks. When you skip meals throughout the day, you are setting yourself up for failure later on, okay? So skipping meals is not the answer to losing weight. Eat more balanced meals, starting with breakfast. You're gonna be more satisfied throughout the day, which is gonna keep you out of the pantry later on at night. The next one really gets me. People are afraid to eat carbohydrates, especially when people come to me and say, oh, I can't eat fruit, it has too much sugar in it. I'm like, no, oh my gosh, no. When people say stay away from carbs, what really should be said is stay away from packaged and processed carbs, things like cookies or snack cakes or brownies. You guys know what I'm talking about. Those are the things that you should be not having or kept to a minimum. But carbohydrates like fruits, vegetables, potatoes, rice, butternut squash, sweet potatoes, those are so good for you and contain so much fiber, so many different vitamins in them. They're an essential part of a balanced diet. And when you keep them in your diet, it's going to help you, in your workouts, lifting in the gym. It's going to help you build muscle along with the protein. So carbohydrates are definitely a part of a balanced diet, and all of my clients eat carbs. Next one is definitely something that I tried at one point in my life. I was an IFBB figure professional, and I definitely tried this method for a while. It might have worked while I competed. Eventually, my body did not like it anymore, and it didn't matter how much chicken and rice I ate, I kept gaining weight. So here's another myth. You have to eat chicken and rice to lose weight. That is a myth. That is not true. And here's the thing. Creativity and variety are really important in your diet. One, for the sake that having variety is going to keep you from having cravings, right? But two, your gut needs different types of foods coming through, different types of fibers. We want to make sure that we're giving that gut microbiome variety so that we don't just get used to the same thing over and over. And also, I really feel like variety in food choices is the answer to weight loss. If you're eating the same thing over and over and over, I don't see much success in that. Here's another one that I totally tried and thought that I needed to do, and that is excessively exercising, doing excessive amounts of cardio, especially. If you're a woman in your 40s, you are going through this perimenopausal transition. Part of supporting your body in this time period is making sure that you are managing stress. Although exercise is fantastic for us, An abundance of it is an excess stress on your body, right? So it's actually not helping you. You really need to find the balance. Personally, I like to lift 3, sometimes 4 days a week. And the majority of my clients, not all, everybody has different situations, but the majority usually lift about 3 to 4 days a week. It's important to have rest. It's important to let the muscle grow in the rest periods. And it's important to not put too much stress on your body. Now, that doesn't mean to be a couch potato, the other 4 days of the week or the other 3 days of the week. The energy expenditure can be done through walking, through swimming, through being active. So I do find that being active is really important on the days that you are not working out. And actually, even on the days that you work out, right? You don't want to be sitting at your desk all day. But just knowing that you don't need to do hours and hours of cardio every single day or taking these HIIT classes or boot camp style classes. Remember, it's excess stress on your body. Personally, for my clients, we focus on a lot of lifting weights. We focus on getting in our steps, and that doesn't mean like they're jumping on a treadmill. It's just wearing a step counter and paying attention to how many steps they get per day. And for most of my clients, we try to interweave some yoga or restorative yoga to actually help them bring out that more parasympathetic side of their body. So don't over-exercise in order to lose weight. It's actually going to backfire. So this one's kind of a hot topic, especially with the influx of medicines that are GLP-1s. So, Ozempic, Mounjaro, all these different weight loss medications. I think a lot of people think that you need weight loss supplements to lose weight. And while there might be a time and a place for those medications for certain individuals, they are not necessary, okay? You don't need weight loss supplements in order to lose weight, okay? So I do not prescribe fat burners. I do not believe in any of that type of supplement for clients. Again, like I mentioned, there are different situations for needing the Ozempics and things like that. Those are different situations, but I always believe in learning to change your habits first. That is key no matter what you do. And I don't believe that there is a magic pill that is going to do that for you. And even if there is, or if you're taking one of those medications, you still need to have the habits, because what happens when you stop taking it, right? So creating habits is really important for me and for my clients, and teaching them how to live a healthy lifestyle. Just maybe even using myself or my parents as an example. My dad's 73, my mom is 65. They've been lifting their whole lives, and they're extremely fit and have muscle, and they're lean and they're active. And that's how I want to be when I grow up. I am grown up, but you know what I'm saying. I've been lifting since, like I mentioned earlier, since I was a teenager. It's just a part of my life, and it is a lifestyle, and it is a habit. And that habit of lifting and paying attention to how we eat is something that my children are so blessed to know already. And so no matter if you're taking a semaglutide type product or not, habits are key to a healthy lifestyle. Here's another one. Losing weight quickly is better. I seem to think differently. I don't like really quick weight loss, because if you're losing weight really fast, the likelihood of you losing a lot of muscle is happening, okay? And when you lose muscle, that's not a good thing, okay? One, you're not gonna have the tone and the shape that you want. And two, you're gonna lower your metabolic rate, right? So I think of muscle in a few different ways. One, I think it as a metabolic booster. It's like a metabolic furnace for your body. So it helps you burn more calories. So think about that, okay? The other thing about it is muscle is like Spanx for your body, okay? It creates the tighter skin, the more tone, the shape. When women come to me and say, well, I don't really want to lift heavy. I don't want to be bulky. I just want to be toned. And I'm like, the way you get toned is by lifting and getting leaner through how you eat. So it is a myth, that's another myth, right? Is that lifting is gonna make you look bulky. Absolutely not. Paying attention to what you're eating so you can make sure that you stay lean is important, but you are not going to get bulky. I should also mention, do you know how hard it is to put on muscle? It's very, very difficult. You are not going to look like a man whatsoever. But again, losing quick weight is going to make you lose muscle, which is not going to leave you in that toned, shapely body, and it's going to hurt you in the long run. So let's just kind of go off on a tangent for a minute. So losing weight quickly, right? Let's say you do it and you put yourself on like a starvation diet. Let's say you cut yourself down to like 1,200 calories, you lose 10 pounds in a few weeks, and you're like, this is awesome. Well, eventually your body goes, yeah, this is awesome. You're losing weight at 1,200 calories. I think I like this number. Maybe I'll maintain your weight at 1,200 calories. So then you're like, well, wait a minute. I'm barely eating and now I'm not losing any weight. I guess I'm gonna have to drop my calories lower. And so next thing you know, you drop your calories again, and now you're consuming, under 1,000 calories. Well, how long can you do that for? Not very long. You're not gonna be very happy. You probably aren't gonna look that great either. You're probably gonna have massive cravings, start increasing your cortisol because you're putting so much excess stress on your body. And it's just really not a great combination, and it's not good for your health. And oftentimes when we do those types of things and have that quick weight loss, what happens? You put all that weight back on, probably plus some. So we don't want to do that. Slow weight loss is much better. It means that you are not going to lose muscle as you lose weight, and it's going to be a lot more sustainable because you're going to learn the habits to do it for the rest of your life. And in an effort to not make this too long, I think this is a really important one as well. It's that you need to do fasting or intermittent fasting to lose weight. So I am not against fasting in certain situations, okay? So I come from a functional nutrition background, and so certain times different tools work in short time periods for different people. And so a fasting style diet would be used as a tool for a certain client for a short period of time, but it is not something to be done long term, especially for women in their 40s going through this perimenopausal transition. I don't really like intermittent fasting because I believe that it's putting more stress on your body. And remember, as we put more stress in our body and start increasing that cortisol, we're gonna be puffy and we're gonna be miserable, and we're not gonna lose weight. We're gonna be very weight loss resistant. So I'm not a huge fan of intermittent fasting, but like I said, it can be used in particular situations for a short period of time for certain types of clients. But I do not think it is necessary to lose weight. And again, if you're a woman in your 40s, I would much rather have you wake up in the morning and get yourself a high protein breakfast, because guess what? You have been fasting all night long while you sleep, which is why breakfast is breaking the fast, right? So I'm definitely a believer in a high protein breakfast. I myself eat, I'm a creature of habit. I can eat the same breakfast every single day. I'm gonna end this here because I don't wanna make this too long. If you guys have any questions about any of this, definitely reach out. I am, like I mentioned, the owner of the Mindful Eating Method, where we help women in perimenopause learn to manage their weight, maybe even lose weight if they need to, and manage their health throughout this time period. I have a saying, and it's that although the symptoms that we have, like hot flashes and low mood and poor sleep and belly fat, weight gain, although they are common going through this time period, it doesn't mean that you need to live that way. There is a way to live optimally and not feel so miserable from those perimenopausal symptoms. So if that is you, definitely comment below and just let me know maybe one symptom that you're having during this time. And I would love to maybe give you an idea of how to fix it. If you're ready to jump all the way in and get started on feeling your best, definitely comment that you're ready below, and I will reach out and we will set up a time to talk.